Alright, folks, I decided to get some live reaction commentary from my older brother on this one since I've lost for words myself on this, so I figure I might as well get someone else involved.
I'd like to apologize. I have a history of always jumping off the rails and delving into off-topic scenarios, and I always have this tendency to instantly drop IQ points when I'm suddenly behind the recording end of the microphone, so I apologize for that, people. I will try my best not to fly off the rails this time and stay on topic as much as I can. I will say that I have become so apathetic towards the Sonic franchise, I don't even know what is going to bother me about this trailer at this point that everybody's talking about. For the last 12 years, I have had no interest in the franchise at all. I have not had any interest in anything Sonic related. My problem with Sonic stuff, they all look like sticks and barrels humping each other. That's all they basically are. There's just no anything aesthetically pleasing in natural, safe for work form or otherwise. However, ironically, Sonic Boom almost pulled me back in just briefly. It was a little bit boring, milquetoast, but it's a show that I didn't find myself hating. It was at least better than the third season of Sonic X. And,
I think we've already sort of...
I will say my biggest gripe about Sonic Boom is the character Styx the Badger, who I've only seen a little bit of in clips. Like, I never got to the point of the series where I actually started watching her. Her character is such an obnoxious stereotype of tinfoil hat culture that I'll just say that a certain infamous internet figure that is a journalistic internet figure that has been shunned largely from the internet does a better job of making fun of himself than the writers of that series do of using her character to make fun of that culture.
Okay, we've spent almost the entire duration of the length of the trailer itself going completely off the rails and not actually watching the trailer.
I was at least staying on topic about Sonic.
Well, yes, I mean, yeah, but...
Like, I stayed on topic for 3 whole minutes.
That's fine, but we're past the point where the trailer ends. So let's actually watch the trailer. So...
and then I will say what I want to say. Before we start the trailer, I just want to say that I am so fucking jaded by cultural Marxist, anti-white, anti-Western politics and so much mainstream popular culture media, movies such as Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe these days, that I almost long for the days of Michael Bay. And I say this as a person who absolutely hates and despises what he did with the Transformers franchise. That's how fucking jaded I've become. If this trailer is of a magnitude of revulsion, of an area of awfulness that you speak of that doesn't remind me of all the things that I hate now, I might not find myself hating this as much as you think. I might even like it. I just want to warn you in advance.
Alright, fine. Anyway, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, that's some of the worst animation I've ever seen in a live-action movie. Okay, I'm already want to... Yeah. Can you turn the volume up a bit? Oh, holy fucking God. Oh God, Ryan Reynolds' Detective Pikachu, save me. I know this is a 90s franchise, but they're using fucking Dangerous Minds music for this. Okay, they go to all the trouble to get Jim Carrey, and they don't think to get him an 80-pound fat suit. What? Who is this character anyway? I don't recognize it.
That's Robotnik.
I know. What are they even doing? This looks like a parody. This almost looks like a Detective Pikachu meme. What the hell is going on?
Look at this! I took 9 million steps today. Stay in there and be quiet. How much longer? I can't breathe in here.
Do you have your child in that bag?
No.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's a child, but it's not mine. It's not your child. Smells like body spray and an old ham sandwich.
So that very last second, who in God's green earth thought that that was a good idea? What is that? That isn't even Sonic the Hedgehog. That was literally a ripoff of Detective Pikachu, scene for scene. It's like they knew that that movie was going to get made first, and then they decided to rip it off blatantly. My only gripe about this is it doesn't even look like a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It looks like something that they just put the name on.
Yeah.
It could have been worse, but I just don't know what I'm watching. It's like people who recognize this wouldn't recognize what the people who would normally recognize who are familiar with the franchise. And I haven't really cared about or focused on. I've been completely apathetic to it for almost 12 years now, and I still am wondering what the hell this is supposed to be. I long for the days of Michael Bay at this point. Even that makes more sense than this shit. Even Michael Bay had more of a heart. He cared more about the Transformers franchise than these motherfuckers do about what they're doing right now. What is this even?
This is the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog film.
No, it's not!
By Paramount.
Well, at least it purged itself of SJW politics, so it gets 1 point for that.
Oh, we don't know about that yet, but at the same time, is that really the worst thing that could happen at this point?
Yes, because that's pretty much everything Hollywood is. Like, people will go see anything that has purged itself of that element of pop culture these days. They will watch any pile of trash as long as it has purged itself of the dreaded wokeness of Captain Marvel.
And that is unfortunately why I think this thing is going to be successful. That and the fact that
No, it won't. It won't. It will not be successful.
Vern, this is one of those things that I can basically guarantee is going to be... Everyone will watch it just because of how bad it is.
You might be right about that. That was my theory on Captain Marvel, but it turns out that they artificially boosted their own box office with some fake charity that bought tickets for people that never showed up. And, you know, they have that power. They have that amount of... Disney has that amount of money. They have that amount of power. Paramount doesn't. They just don't. I don't think they're going to pull that shit with this, nor do they care to try. And you were wrong about Bumblebee. You were wrong about Aquaman. I think you're going to be wrong about this. Bumblebee flopped. Aquaman was a huge hit. It's a shame because I think the Bumblebee movie was good and set a standard for what Transformers movies should be, and because it underperformed, now they suddenly want to bring Michael Bay back to reboot the franchise. What? Now that is what Paramount is really fucking up. Why does Lorenzo de Bonaventura think that that's a good idea of all things? Because his movies began underperforming and had declining returns with each sequel after the third.
Either way, this Sonic the Hedgehog...
Get Michael Bay to do Sonic the Hedgehog! That will at least make a little more sense than this. I say this as someone who fantasized about dismembering, disemboweling, and mutilating Michael Bay for 10 years until I finally got so tired of being angry anymore, I found something else to be mad about. There are plenty of things now in the world to be mad about. I'm done with being pissed about Michael Bay. I'm just asking myself why everybody else still wants to use him for things that he obviously has no area of expertise in. And no invested interest in. I'd actually trust Michael Bay more with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie at this point.
Right. Like I said, when I did my first half of this commentary before I decided to invite you for a live reaction, I'm lost for words.
Oh,
I'm
God,
still lost for words.
I know 2020 is going to be worse because it's an election year, but when is 2020 going to arrive? When will this year be over? Give me fucking Terminator 3 Dark Fate. Give me fucking Ghostbusters 3. Well, Terminator 3 is probably going to be... Well, James Cameron's Terminator 3 is going to be... Like, I've lost all faith in anything related to the Walt Disney Company. Like, they have, like, antagonized and pushed me back so much that I hate them more than Michael Bay now. And anything different from what they're doing, I will tolerate. Even a really bad Sonic the Hedgehog movie trying to pass itself off as something else with the fake name label on it. And that's about all I have left to say. I am that jaded at this point. I'm sorry, people.
I don't know how much of that I ended up cutting out, but there you go. That was my brother's live reaction to the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. We're done.